Welcome back to the pack. Today we're doing a 20-mile hike of the Florida Trail. I started my journey the night before packing bags. I wanted to make sure that I had all the equipment necessary to be successful for my New Year's adventure. It's important to make sure that you research the area and weather so that you're fully prepared for the trails. Temperature, topography, and rain are all factors that will affect the things that you keep on your back. This hike offers 5 different trailheads, great for dissecting the length to make day hikes more viable, and can be broken down into 3 categories of terrain: windy oak paths, long pine corridors, and the steep short sandy hills. The first 2 are intermittent from Santos to the end of the land bridge. There will be a mile of oak, a mile of pine, and then a mile of mixed, all with a similar ecology and random palm fronds to make it ever so Florida. From the end of the land bridge to the 49th trailhead though, the hike becomes relatively more vertical. This path is part of a larger section of the Florida Trail called the Cross Florida Greenway, which is 110 miles long and cuts from Denellen to Palaca. The Cross Florida Greenway resulted from the push in the early 1930s to slice Florida in two with a barge canal. The project began construction, but was fortunately halted by activists who saw the ecological destruction that would result from the project. Based on my research and contacts, visitation has not been measured from the trailhead to trailhead on the Cross Florida Greenway, but as a total, it is consistently at the top of the visitation for the Florida Trail at an estimated 35,000 visitors annually. This section is between 10 to 12 miles long depending on how much extra you will hike from breaks, rests, and making the wrong turns. And it was semi-busy seeing people every few miles during my hike. Because this was an out and back hike, I totaled 22.5 miles on about 50,000 steps for about 8 hours of walking and about 600 feet of elevation. And by the end, my feet were aching, my shoulders had been realigned to an unnatural position, and my lower back hurt from the weight of the book bag. To top all this off, sleeping in 40-degree weather isn't exactly comfortable. For that reason, I can't recommend to anyone to go hiking for 8 hours for the physical gratification. There are far more interesting, fun, and engaging ways to adventure. But hiking is unique in what's gained under the surface. In a few months, I won't remember the pain in my feet or the monotony of walking through the forest. What I will hold on to are the great conversations I had with a friend, the many horses that crossed our path on our way, and the glory of finishing something that seemed unattainable at the time. There were points at which I wish I hadn't started, but physical pain caps out at some point, and once it reaches this place, what's really being tested isn't your feet, shoulders, or back, but your mind's ability to persevere. And for that reason, I recommend to anyone watching this video to go out and try something that seems out of reach, because whether you succeed or fail, growth is always superior to stagnation. Make sure to give my Instagram a follow if you want to stay up to date on all things Goodies Pack. In the description, there will be information and addresses about each of the trailheads in today's hike. Subscribe if you like videos of this nature. This is Goody, signing out.